Hey there. I'm just doing a quick impromptu video premiere. It's going to be an instant release just to document as I'm launching into this 500A. It's one of the Singer Slant-O-Matic machines, and it was sent to me by my friends out in Mountain View, Wyoming, Eric and Margaret. And if my memory serves me correct, because this is reaching back a ways to January of this year, if my memory serves me correctly, these folks are mom and son. So Eric kind of took the lead on it, getting it all packed up and getting it shipped out to the workshop. And Margaret helped finance the project work. So I'm just beginning to, as you'll see on Facebook, I posted some pics, and I'm kind of evaluating the motor right now. I'm checking wiring, and I'm seeing a little bit of something that concerns me. I'm getting some smoke from the motor, and I'm getting a real slow motor turnover at full throttle. And I'll actually bring, well, you won't be able to see the foot controller, but I'm going to have the foot controller press all the way down, and hopefully on the camera you're going to be able to see the smoke kind of coming off of the motor. It may be something I can resolve through a deep cleaning and through a motor service treatment. It may be that the motor's shot and I'm going to have to replace this motor on their 500A. So let me step on the foot controller. Number one, I want you to listen to the motor running as far as the revolutions per minute. Matter of fact, well, I'll start here and then I'll kind of show you the balance wheel as well so you can get an idea of how slow it's turning over. So, all right, here we go. And if you see any flames, type it in the chat. Let me know, please. Actually, it'll be an instant premiere, so I probably won't be able to see any remarks. So, all right, listen. That's all the way down, folks. All right, I don't know if you can see the little, hopefully you can see the little wisp of smoke. Otherwise I'll zoom in, but I'm definitely getting smoke off of the motor. Let's see here, let me come up a little bit. Come out on the shot. There, you can kind of see the balance wheel now. And I'll see if I can step on it again. Again, just listen to, here, let me, oh boy, you can actually smell the motor. Yeah. You can't smell it, I can smell it. And I'm actually seeing smoke coming all the way up to the camera. So, okay, let me see if I can put it like right here. Can you see that? Maybe I'll have to hold it. I'll kind of hold it like this. So you can kind of see it, and you'll want to be looking over in this area right here. For that smoke coming out. So here I am pushing the foot controller. Let me turn it sideways and you can see it more easily. All the way down. This thing should be going almost 6 to 8 times faster. Oh yeah, we're definitely getting smoke. Hopefully you can see that rising up in the shot. And it's smoking a lot now. So I just wanted to document this. This is something that is not something that was flagged by the owners. Number one, as far as the motor drag. Motor drag is sometimes a matter of lubrication. It's sometimes a matter of the cleanliness of the machine. But when you start to get smoke off of the motor like this, it sets off a lot of bells and whistles. So I'm going to have to dig into this motor, see what I find, and then I can update Margaret and Eric and let them know out in Mountain View, Wyoming, about their 501A. And it looks like this 501A, I'm reading my notes a little bit further now, it looks like it belonged to Eric's grandmother. So this is a machine that's probably been in the family quite some time. It was owned by Eric's grandmother. It was then passed on to her daughter, presumably Margaret. And between Margaret and Eric now, they're seeing if we can get this machine running like it's supposed to again, minus smoke, and a lot more get up and go than it has right now. Again, just to kind of, I guess, capitalize on this instant premiere, give you an idea. That's pedal to the metal. And we're getting a lot of smoke coming off of that motor. And yes, I have a fire extinguisher nearby just in case. But I'll kind of zoom in over by the balance wheel. You've been able to see that area. And this again has a vertically mounted 0.54 amp motor. Pretty much just like all of the Slan-O-Matics, with the exception of the 401A. That's going to have a 0.9 amp motor, peaks at about an amp. But if I hit this foot control again, watch that balance wheel spin, and it should be running real fast at full power, but it isn't. Just checking my camera shot here. And if you were in the workshop right now, you can not only see the smoke, but you can smell it as well. I'm curious, and this is going back a ways, but do you remember that featherweight that I had in the workshop from a local customer that brought it in? Her boyfriend had tried to be her champion and decided to service or attempt to service the machine, and ended up using regular machine oil to oil the motor. And it got into the wraps, it got into all the innards of the motor, and the motor was smoking. It was a very troubled motor. So I don't know if someone tried to service this and serviced it inappropriately, because in all honesty, these vertically mounted 0.54 amp motors that Singer put in these Slan-O-Matics, like this 500A, have a really low failure rate. As long as you don't misuse them or service them inappropriately, they tend to last real nicely. So, you know, I'm no idea what happened. But again, I'll wrap up this instant premiere. I'm going to push down the foot controller again, listen to the motor, watch for smoke. Let me know if there's any fire, and we'll kind of go from there. Lots of smoke. I don't know if you're able to see that on camera, but it's coming up. It looks like the old rooms that they used to have in restaurants and that for smokers, and you could just see the plumes of smoke coming up. Smoke is never a good thing with a sewing machine. So Eric and Margaret, if you're watching this, this is just kind of an update. Number of things that are going to have to potentially be done to your 500A to try to get it back to a point where it's going to be able to serve you. And the latest thing on the radar now is this motor, trying to figure out what's going on with that, why it's smoking so badly, and the drag factor as well. The drag factor, you know, even after some initial lubrication in that, this motor is just not turning over with the power that it should be. Again, a 0.54 amp motor is going to be the same size that you're going to find in the Singer 201-2, the Singer 1591, those two muscular machines with the potted motors. And this 500A also has the direct drive positive traction with that worm gear on top that interlaces directly with the balance wheel. So for us to be getting such a subdued power response to having the foot controller all the way down, pedal to the metal, we've got a lot of stuff going on here. And it could be a combination, as I've said, could be a combination of lubrication, cleanliness. In other words, it's all gummed up inside, and there's a lot of friction and drag on the machine right now that's making it difficult for that motor to turn the machine. But I'm not sure if that's the major factor, because when I take the balance wheel and I turn it manually, it's pretty freewheeling. So we've got some other stuff going on down below. Again, as I've said in other premieres, it's not the stuff that you can see that can hurt you, it's the stuff that you can't see that can hurt you. Because with that cover on the bottom, you might smell something, but you're probably not going to see those plumes of smoke. It's not until you take off the bottom and you remove another piece that exposes the wiring that you can see there, the blue and red wiring, where you can begin to see other problems kind of cropping up. So I'll begin plugging on this for Eric and Margaret. I'm hoping that we get a good outcome in being able to get this 500A Slant-O-Matic back happy and running full power again. I'm sure I can fix it. Let me just say that. It'll be what it takes to fix it. So we'll have to wait and see. All right. So thanks for kind of joining me for this instant impromptu premiere for Margaret and Eric's 500A Singer that belonged to Eric's grandmother. So God bless. Stay tuned for other great premieres like this, where I can almost guarantee always you'll have fun, you'll learn something new, and who knows, you might see smoke or even fire. Take care.